Welcome to this episode 16 of the Mastering AI ML course on choosing the right algorithm for your problem. We will give you a repeatable 5-question framework to confidently select the initial algorithm for any new problem. This program is brought to you by the Series of Thoughts team and Technovative AI. In this video, you will learn about the no free lunch theorem, the 5 decision questions framework, and default starting points for common problem types. We'll also cover 3 worked examples and bridge to the next module on AI tools and platforms. The core concept is the no free lunch theorem, which states no single algorithm performs best across all possible problems. This shifts the focus to finding the best algorithm for a specific problem. The 5-question selection framework helps you narrow the candidate set of algorithms before writing any code. The questions are ordered to eliminate most candidates fastest. Question 1 is, what type of output do you need? Output type is the fastest filter. This categorizes problems into regression, classification, unsupervised, or sequence and complex output. Question 2, do you have labeled data? If yes, consider supervised learning. If labels are limited, semi-supervised or self-supervised learning might be an option. If you have no labels, unsupervised learning is the path. Question 3. What does your data look like? Data modality constrains architecture choices. Consider structured/tabular data, images/audio video, text/sequences, or whether you have a small dataset. Question 4. Does interpretability matter? This is a hard constraint in regulated domains. Options range from high interpretability with linear models and decision trees to low interpretability, black box models for maximum accuracy. Question 5. What are your constraints? Operational limits like limited data, limited compute, fast inference, or millisecond latency are first-class requirements and must be addressed from day 1. Here is the full decision flow. Apply the 5 questions in sequence. Choose output, labels available, data modality and size, and constraints. Remember, this flow is a starting point for your first experiment. Let's review the 6 algorithm families. Each family occupies a distinct niche, including linear regression, logistic regression, decision trees, random forests, clustering, and neural networks. This table compares the algorithms across 5 dimensions: output type, supervision, interpretability, data needs, and compute cost. Use it as a quick reference guide during algorithm selection. Output type is the first filter. Clarify whether your model must produce a continuous number, regression, a category, classification, or discover structure, unsupervised. The generative category is for complex outputs like sequences and images. Data type is the second filter. For tabular data, start with tree-based or linear models. For unstructured data like images or text, deep learning is generally necessary. Small datasets require simpler models to prevent overfitting. Interpretability is a hard constraint. Choose the right level for your needs, from fully transparent models like linear regression and decision trees to partially interpretable random forests, or black box models like deep neural networks. Operational constraints frequently override theoretical best choices. This includes the data budget, or how many labeled examples you can acquire, the compute budget for training and inference cost, and the latency SLA for real-time applications. This section covers the practitioner's cheat sheet, providing the first algorithm to reach for across the 4 most common machine learning problem types. These are your default starting points. For tabular regression, start with ridge regression and upgrade to XGBoost. For tabular classification, start with logistic regression, then move to random forest or XGBoost. For image classification, begin with a pre-trained CNN. For text classification/NLP, start with fine-tuned BERT or DistilBERT. The baseline is your measurement standard. Baselines reveal data quality problems early, define the complexity cost of incremental accuracy gains, and earn stakeholder trust through transparent, measurable improvement. Next, we will apply the 5-question framework in 3 realistic worked examples, progressing from the problem statement to the algorithm chosen. Our first example is predicting customer churn. Since the output is binary and data is labeled and tabular with no latency constraint, we start with logistic regression and upgrade to random forest for feature importance. The second example is detecting fraudulent transactions. This is a highly imbalanced supervised tabular classification problem with a hard 10 millisecond latency constraint and high interpretability requirement. XGBoost with SHAP explanations is the recommended approach. Our third example is customer segmentation, an unsupervised problem with structured tabular data. High interpretability is required. K-means with PCA is recommended to profile clusters using mean feature values and validate with the silhouette score. The interpretability versus performance trade-off must be managed deliberately. Tools like SHAP and Lime have narrowed the gap, but post-hoc explanations are still approximations. Transfer learning bridges the data gap when labels are scarce. This involves pre-training a foundation model on a large dataset and then fine-tuning it on your smaller, specific task data for superior performance. Gradient boosting algorithms like XGBoost excel on tabular data by sequentially correcting residual errors, handling mixed data, and providing feature importance. Look elsewhere for hard interpretability or ultra-low latency constraints. Neural networks are necessary for unstructured data, very large datasets, and complex output structures like image generation. They require GPU infrastructure, so cost tracking is essential. Clustering methods such as K-means, dbScan, and hierarchical clustering are useful for discovering structure in unlabeled data. K-means is scalable and interpretable, while dbScan finds arbitrary shapes, and hierarchical builds nested clusters. Semi-supervised learning utilizes both small labeled and large unlabeled data pools to improve generalization. Common approaches include self-training, label propagation, and self-supervised pre-training, which is often the most practical choice today. Here is the comprehensive practitioner's cheat sheet. Use this to determine your default algorithm, upgrade path, interpretability options, and key metric for common problem types. Let's review common selection mistakes to avoid. The most common error is jumping straight to neural networks, which require large data and compute. Always establish a simpler linear baseline first. Also, avoid ignoring class imbalance, which can lead to models predicting only the majority class. A critical mistake is treating interpretability as optional. Define interpretability in the problem statement, especially in regulated industries. Finally, optimize for generalization using cross-validation and test sets, not just training accuracy, to prevent overfitting. Here is the selection framework in practice. Start by defining the problem, then ask the 5 questions to shortlist candidates. Establish a simple baseline, and then iterate thoughtfully, increasing complexity only when justified. This workflow prevents making architectural decisions before fully understanding the problem. Spending time on the 5 questions saves weeks of misaligned modeling effort. This closes the arc on Module 3. Module 3 took you from foundational algorithm mechanics to a practical, repeatable decision framework. Each episode built a layer of the selection toolkit, covering linear regression, logistic regression, decision trees, random forests, clustering, and algorithm selection. Before moving to Module 4, self-check your understanding. Can you apply the 5-question framework, explain the no free lunch theorem, name the default starting points, and articulate interpretability trade-offs? Key takeaways from this episode: no algorithm is universally best. Output type is the first filter, and interpretability is a hard constraint. Always establish a baseline before adding complexity, and remember that operational constraints are first-class requirements. Keep this mental model active on every new project. The questions feed into algorithm families, and the center principle is to start simple, measure, and upgrade deliberately. This governs the entire process. Beyond algorithm selection, knowing whether your model is working requires the right evaluation metrics matched to the problem type. This table summarizes primary metrics and watchouts for regression, classification, clustering, and NLP. Coming next is Module 4, AI Tools and Platforms. we will explore the tooling infrastructure to put your selection framework into practice, covering the modern ML toolchain and production deployment pipelines.